All right. Hello, everybody. What is going on? Welcome, my friends and fellow gamers, to a brand new week of double streams. 5 straight days here, ladies and gents, where I will be doing double streaming days for you. Lots of fun new content coming up for everyone this week. I hope you guys are excited for all the stuff coming up, which I will be covering very shortly here on the pre-stream, so you have an idea of what to expect. But first of all, happy Monday. Today is Monday the 16th of July 2018. I'm DSP, and hello and welcome. Hope you're in the right place. If not, well, you might want to hightail it out of here, unless you're ready for some JRPG fun with Persona 5 continuing on today's first gameplay stream. For those of you who have not been around for Persona 5 and or have not caught up with the playthrough yet, alright, last week, I played it 3 to 4 times. I can't even remember how many times I did. I might have been 4. And boy, did I really get back into this game in a great way. You know, after being away from Persona 5 for a year and not being able to continue on with the playthrough, I was able to return to it full force. And you guys definitely embraced it. You guys loved the streams. You came out for them. You were supportive. I'm very appreciative of that because I didn't know what was going to happen after being a year away from this exceptionally good game. I didn't know people were going to be like, man, I just don't care about Phil playing this anymore and not show up. But no, it was the opposite. You guys showed up. You had a lot of fun. You like I said, you contributed to the streams. You made it awesome. And I want to say thank you for that. Because I was really worried that, you know, I would come back and maybe no one would care anymore. But it's kind of the polar opposite, which is great. And in addition to that, last week on Friday, the last time I played this game, was the most productive session of Persona 5 I've ever had. So not only did I get up to the point in the dungeon, Sai's Palace, the casino, where you have to do the calling card, so I couldn't progress with the dungeon crawling anymore. I ended up maxing all of my character stats, including, everything, guts, kindness, etc. I ended up, wow, excuse me. Can you tell I'm drinking a Kickstart already? Excuse me. I ended up maxing out multiple social links, including the one with the twins in the Velvet Room, which allows you to fuse any persona you want with no limitation on level. So I ended up fusing some incredibly high-level personas. I ended up maxing out Hifumi's social link, which allows you to tag in and out on any whim during a fight, which means at any point during a fight, if a character is dying or whatever, or runs out of SP, you could switch in another character on the fly. I mean, I got some really incredibly powerful stuff, okay? And now we're finally coming up to the point in the story, which is kind of like the critical development part here. We're going to be at the end of Sai's dungeon. And from what people are telling me, this is like the really interesting part of the game coming up, where there's going to be some great plot development. In fact, people warn me that in this section, the 18th or 19th of November in-game is the date, that there's going to be hours of story development. So I'm ready for that today. Like, when I first came back to Persona 5 a week and a half ago, we had a stream like that, and admittedly, it was kind of, oh man, I wish there was action, for the first time in a year we're playing this. But now we're heavily into the game, and ready to go. I'm ready. Locked and loaded for some good story development today, and I hope that it's really entertaining. I hope you guys find it entertaining, and I'm looking forward to a fun stream today. I really am. So there you go. That being said, that's today's stream. It's going to be Persona 5, about 4+ hours of development. We'll see how we do here. Will we be in completely in story all day long? I don't know. Or will it end up being, we break out of that, we get more into more gameplay. I don't know. Even if it ends up being story all day, I'm okay with that. Okay, then tonight, my second stream, my late night stream tonight, guys, will be the conclusion of Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered. A game that, admittedly, playing this for a second time 9 years later, the game has not aged well. I feel this game was a game that back in the day, 9 years ago, when I was playing this for YouTube, that it was a game that was interesting because of the destruction mechanic, and I wasn't very good at games back then. Remember, that was the first year that I was doing videos for YouTube. It was the first time I was getting back into console gaming, and I was trying to reassess the situation of, gee, how can I do playing console games again as a hobby? And I sucked. Quite frankly, I sucked. I was terrible, okay? And that being said, I know that the game took me a long time to beat back then. This time around, I've only played it like 3-4 sessions. I'm at the end of the game already. See what I mean? So, very different experience this time around from what I experienced 9 years ago. And admittedly, people really didn't dig the playthrough. They're like, nah, it's all right for an anniversary deal, but it's not a very good game. I agree with you guys. I think that the game, like I said, did not age well. So we're going to wrap that up tonight, 2 hours tonight. Come on by, join me just for some silly fun tonight rather than caring too much about the seriousness of the game. All right. Now, tomorrow, guys, we're starting something fresh and new. It's going to be Silent Hill 2 HD on the PlayStation 3, my second playthrough of it. I first played it in March of 2012, way before I was doing direct capture or live streaming. So this time around, we're going to have better audio, better visuals, live webcam, interaction with you guys in the stream chat during the gameplay. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to this hugely. I'm really thinking it's going to be a cool playthrough to be able to re-experience one of the best survival horror games of all time, after 6 years. Okay? So we'll see. Now, people are, again, asking me, gee, are you going to play on hard? I don't know yet. I don't want to lock myself into playing at a difficulty where it's not going to be fun. At the same time, I don't really know the difference. I've never played on hard, so I don't know. Would it just make it slightly more challenging, or does it really change the game up to the point where now it's gruelingly hard and I'm going to be angry constantly? You know what I mean? I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to think about it tonight. And, tomorrow, Silent Hill 2 begins, all right? Then tomorrow night, I'm going to do some Street Fighter, probably Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, if I can find matches. If not, I'm just going to have to play whatever I can find. If it ends up being more Third Strike, then so be it, I guess, even though I like Super Turbo more. Seems like Third Strike is the only thing people are still playing in the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm playing it completely by ear, and here's what I mean by that. So, if things are going good with Persona 5, if today's stream of Persona 5 is still great, and if people are really liking Silent Hill 2, then what I'm going to do is just continue on with those games this week. Maybe Wednesday will be more Persona, Thursday will be Silent Hill. But if people kind of are getting bored, in particular, Persona 5, or maybe if Silent Hill 2 doesn't resonate as much as I hoped it would, then what I may do later on this week is in the schedule, rotate in a new game. And you might say, well, what will the game be? Well, it's going to be the game that came in second place in the poll that I held on Twitter last week. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the HD remake, even though it's not really a remake, it's just the HD version, with no music. Much like how I did Grand Theft Auto San Andreas earlier this year, I'm going to be doing Vice City, okay? Now, it might start this week, it might not. It all depends on how things are going with these two games, okay? So, if you want to see more Persona 5 and Silent Hill 2 continue sooner rather than later, and you don't want to have to wait between sessions, then please, show up for these streams, be supportive, be positive, interact with me, make these streams awesome, and then I'll just keep playing these two games. But if people are getting bored, then I will rotate in Grand Theft Auto, okay? So there you go. Big variety this week. Now, also, this week, I'll be doing some Battle Royale at some point, probably H1Z1, maybe even PUBG. I might even, just for the hell of it, return one night to PUBG this week, just for variety's sake, since I haven't played PUBG in so goddamn long. Okay, I do realize that there was a group of people who would join me for PUBG, even though I didn't really like the game. People would join me for PUBG just to hang out and talk constantly, and I haven't really had that interactivity in a stream where it's just, kind of like gaming is secondary and the talking is just the main focus in a while. So maybe I'll do that later this week. I'm thinking maybe PUBG. PUBG did get updated many times since the last time I played it with tweaks, gameplay tweaks and the like. So, maybe. We'll see, okay? We'll see what I feel like this week, and go from there. So, yeah, that's the deal, guys. This week should be fun. Persona 5, Silent Hill 2, Street Fighter, conclusion of Red Faction Guerrilla, maybe some Battle Royale, more than likely, yes, and maybe Grand Theft Auto, okay? And 5 straight days. 5 straight days of double streams. So, 10 gameplay streams coming up here in the next, several days for you guys. I hope you guys are excited. Okay? So there's the schedule. Hope you guys enjoy it. I want to say that to those of you who were patrons of mine in the month of June, a big heads up. Last night I did a ton of work. I filmed multiple private Q&A videos. I sent out information. Well, I collected your information and sent it to my webmaster to get people upgraded on my forums. I'm very well aware that people who pledged in June to my Patreon are biting at the... Not biting at the hip. What the fuck? That's not the word. You're desperately waiting and anxiously awaiting the ability to nominate games for the Rageathon, okay? And I'm working on that. Right now, my webmaster got the information overnight, and he's supposed to upgrade you guys within the next day or two, okay? So hopefully by midweek, everyone will be upgraded, and you guys will be able to start nominating the games by the middle of the week. I actually got 2 people who were so anxious to start uploading, or nominating. They emailed me last night. They were like, Phil, you said that you were doing Patreon stuff tonight. Am I upgraded? I was like, no, not yet, but it's coming, okay? Chomping at the bit and dipping at the heel, yes, people, basically I combined a bunch of phrases. I wanted to say chomping at the bit or nipping at the heel or just anxiously awaiting. Those are the three phrases I wanted to say, and I combined them all into one phrase that made absolutely no sense. Okay. So yes, so patrons, I did a lot of work last night. Please keep your eyes and ears peeled, and in particular, if I owed you a private Q&A video, I filmed it and released it last night. So give a look to your patreon.com inboxes for messages from me, and you will be getting your perks shortly if you have not gotten them already. All right, and I want to say thank you to everyone who did pledge in June. You guys were amazing. You helped me out tremendously. You really did. Okay? All right. So, what else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else in particular. I also got Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Is it Sanity's Requiem? Or is it Sanity's... What the hell is... Hold on a second. Eternal Darkness. It is Sanity's Requiem. Okay. Yes. I also received Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem for the GameCube yesterday. So I will be playing that eventually. When? Well, more than likely, once I finish up with Silent Hill 2, I'll start playing that. And once I wrap up Persona 5, I'll be starting up with Octopath Traveler. So we've got a lot of stuff lined up for everyone here. You know, this summer, it's going to be an exciting summer of streaming, despite the fact that there's pretty much almost no new games, all right? It's going to be an exciting summer, and I'm really pumped for the rest of July with all the stuff I've got lined up, and I hope you guys are excited too, okay? I do want to say this before we finally adjourn here. There's 2 quick updates I want to give everyone, okay? 2 quick updates. The first update is I want to say thank you guys so far. We're 2 weeks through the month. We're now in the second half of July. The first 2 weeks of July, no exaggeration, have been the best streaming weeks I've ever had. You guys have been incredibly supportive on the streams, not only with, just showing up and interacting, but cheer subs and tips have been at an all-time high, okay? If we can keep it at this level and keep going like this for, the rest of the month, hell, the rest of the year, it's looking like streaming will be my main source of income and will be able to overtake my other sources. Remember, I keep telling you guys I'm so worried about YouTube ad revenue fluctuating and shit like that. If we can keep on the pace we're going on Twitch here, I won't have to worry about any of that. And we're actually on pace to do really well if I can keep it the way it is. And that's what I'm nervous, is that I want to keep you guys engaged and active and excited so that you'll want to contribute. And it's been great. I have no complaints about the past couple of weeks. It's been really outstanding here on Twitch. I just want to try to keep it at that level and maintain if I can. Because if I can, we'll be good to go. And you won't have to hear me mentioning money and shit like that anymore, So let's just keep it positive. Let's just keep it going. And I want to say thank you guys for your support. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Lastly, I'm going to put something to bed here. All right. There's been lots of talk over the past month and a half about myself and Low Tier God supposedly having a match in Street Fighter. And I just want to put the whole issue to bed here and kind of put a close to it so people will stop speculating and talking about it. But here's what really happened, okay? Back in late May, when the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection was released, I tweeted Low Tier God and said, I respectfully challenge you to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I think that I would win Super Turbo, but he would win Third Strike, and I just think it would be a fun thing for the fans. No drama, just fun matches and gameplay. And I said this publicly on Twitter. Okay, and he responded to me, LTG responded to me and said, well, I will get back to you, I'll DM you. He never did. And so I just thought it was a dead issue. I really didn't care. For me, it was just a fun, casual thing. I thought, challenge the guy if we have a few fun matches and go back and forth or whatever. It would be pretty fun for both of our viewerships. As I know, there is crossover in our viewerships, being that we both, we're both fighting game fans, and I thought maybe it would be a fun event. And if it happened, great. And if not, no big deal, So for me, I never heard from him. Never heard back from him. And I'm like, well, I guess it's just a dead issue. Well, out of nowhere, and I don't know why, LTG made a video about this over the weekend, I guess. I think it was either late last week or over the weekend. Basically explaining the situation. So I guess really from his perspective, there's a lot of factors to consider when accepting a challenge like this, which obviously I don't know about. I don't know much about the guy. I guess what happened was years ago, LTG accepted a challenge from Visant, a person who I have lots of history with. And in my opinion, Jay Snyder is actually a pretty good guy. He's a pretty cool guy. Over the years, I've hung out with him, played against him. You know, I don't really have a problem with him. So I guess there was a big, like 4 or 5 years ago, there was a big high-profile match between LTG and Visant. And I guess Visant won the match. And I guess LTG says his reputation took a big hit when he lost the match. And so he learned from that experience. And so if he's going to accept any kind of a match or a challenge, that there has to be some kind of a benefit to him. So it's not like him just totally wasting his time. And I guess what he's saying basically is if we're going to do this match, if we're going to play Street Fighter and hype it up on the internet and all of that, that he wants to be sure he makes money or something. Okay. Now for me, you guys know me, I could care less. I was just a casual challenge to this guy. Am I in this for money? I mean, yeah, it's my job, but no, I'm not looking to make bank off of a special challenge to LTG. I'm not going to say, oh, I challenge LTG for $1,000 money match in Third Strike, oh, you know, and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Number one, I don't have the money. And number two, I don't care about that shit. You guys know that. You guys know me. You know, I'll play these games online, but I don't take that shit seriously at all. Everyone knows that when I say you play games, these fighting games online, it doesn't mean diddly dick. You know, none of these games have great connections or anything online or anything. And I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I casually challenged LTG because I thought it would be something fun for the fans of both of our viewerships. But I certainly didn't take it to the point where, oh, it's so serious, it matters if he wins or if I win, and we got to make money doing it, so we have to lay down bets and challenges. I don't care about that shit at all. It's been a long time. I couldn't even tell you guys the last time I did a money match. Probably the mid-2000s. You know, so yeah. 10, 15 years ago, maybe I was like that. I'm not like that anymore. Okay? So I just kind of shrug. And I'm like, oh, well. So here's the thing. I understand where he's coming from. If he previously had a challenge match that he lost, and then next thing you know, everyone's shitting on him and treating him like garbage and basically talking junk. I can understand why he feels like, well, if I'm going to play, you know, just in case I lose, at least I get something out of it. Or maybe the flip side of that is if he wins, there's big stakes, right? Like he wins something huge, so maybe it would motivate him to care about it and practice a ton so he would win and win money and stuff. I get that. Listen, I get that. I do. All right? So I'm not saying anything negative about LTG at all. Again, I don't really know the guy that well. I didn't even know about this match previously. I guess that he had with Visant, and I don't know the history of any of this shit because I don't follow it. You guys know me. I'm busy with my own shit. I don't follow the fighting community or anything. So I guess that just kind of puts an end to it, because I literally have no money, number one, to be gambling on fighting games. That's insane to me. That just sounds so silly and stupid to me. I'm going to gamble on fighting games. No, I'm not. That's really ludicrously stupid. And since LTG seems like he will not play unless there's some kind of financial benefit involved for him other than people watching his streams, I guess. See, here's the way I thought it. I thought, gee, we'll play, and if we play Super Turbo and Third Strike, right? If I beat him in Super Turbo, people would be, probably contributing to my streams and videos and liking me because of that. And if he wins Third Strike, then he's going to get something out of it because people will be like, wow, he's good at Third Strike, and contribute to his streams and videos and stuff too. So I figured it was a win-win because I was picking two games that each of us would win each one. And so it would be in fact, I'm not even exaggerating. Someone contacted me in a stream when I was talking about this originally and said, well, if LTG wins, I'm going to tip him $100, and if Phil wins, I'll tip him $100. And I said, yeah, but what if we each win one game? That's not fair. And he goes, oh, well, then I'll just tip them each $50. See what I mean? Like, I thought that it would be a mutually beneficial thing for both of us. But I guess LTG didn't see it that way. And you know what? That's his prerogative. It's his choice to do whatever he wants. So I have no ill will towards the guy. I wish him the best. And, I actually, what I want to say is I actually appreciate that the guy didn't make a shit-talking video about me, because he didn't. He actually made a very respectful video, very straightforward, explaining his stance, and it makes sense, and I appreciate that, because so many people in this era would rather just talk shit. He could have easily just made a video saying, well, DSP's trash, I don't care about him, fuck him. He didn't do that. He instead made a very respectful video explaining, intelligently his stance, and I appreciate that. So, I guess that's it for the challenge. Now people can stop mentioning it because, it is what it is. I shrug and I say, it would have been a fun event. I think it's a fun event. It would have been a fun event, but that's life. Sometimes shit don't work out, I guess, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, I should mention, LTG also said, oh, well, I'll play Phil in Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5. And I'm just going to say, hell no. I don't play those games. Street Fighter 4, I played a lot of vanilla. And what was the one after that? Super. So probably the first 2 iterations of Street Fighter 4 I did play a lot of, but I didn't really care. Like, I played in tournaments kind of, but not really. It wasn't like I cared so much about it like I did Super Turbo or anything like that. And then after that, when it ended up being 4 or 5 versions of the game, I just stopped caring about it. I would play them casually on YouTube, but I just didn't give a shit about competitive play. At that point in my YouTube career, it was more about me focusing on doing this for a living and doing a variety of games and putting out tons of videos. I just didn't care about competitive Street Fighter 4 after like the first year of the game being out. Street Fighter 5, everyone knows I fucking hate the game. You know what I mean? I absolutely fucking hate the game. Hate it. And I'm not going to play Street Fighter 5. There's no chance in hell I would play Street Fighter 5. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, I'm 2 years behind everyone. I would have to learn the game completely from scratch because I'm 2 seasons. I only played season 1. I don't like it. I think the game is a piece of shit. It's made for fucking scrubs, and that's real talk. Like, I really do feel like the game is made for people who aren't good at fighting games because it's so simple and just so dumbed down and such a piece of shit. I hate that fucking game, and I'm not playing it under no circumstance. If you guys want to see me play on the Rageathon, all right. But I'm not going to do it as a fucking competitive game against someone as a challenge. That's ridiculous. I might as well challenge someone at fucking, some puzzle game I've never even played before because it's about the same level. So there you go. There you go. And that's the deal. I guess that's it. There is no challenge anymore between me and LTG unless the guy changes his mind. But that's my feeling on the subject. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, so now let's get to plugs. I know the pre-stream went a little longer now because I had to talk about that, but I just wanted to get it out of the way. Let's do a few plugs, and then we'll get to shout-outs. Okay, so thank you guys for 10 years of support. I do appreciate 10 years of you guys watching my content. Whether it was videos on YouTube or later on live streams, you guys have been amazing. And, moving forward, the best way you guys can support me is to watch the videos and streams. That's pretty much a no-brainer, right? But if you would like to go above and beyond, as I said, this month has been the most supportive month I've ever had so far on Twitch. If you want to go above and beyond and keep me doing this for a living, you'll want me to be able to, continuously put out this fun, free content for you. There are many ways that you can contribute. The first would be checking out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidefil, where your monthly pledges allow me to, operate this business. The cost of doing business, things like cost of games, cost of equipment, electricity, internet, etc. All right. But the cool thing about when you pledge to my Patreon is you get stuff back for it called perks. Depending on how much you pledge to my Patreon, you earn different perk levels. In particular, like I said last night, I filmed multiple Q&A videos for people who did the highest level perk. And I think one video was like 20 minutes long. One was like 23 or something like that. And another one was like, I think I filmed 3 videos. And, they were all great, great stuff. I love doing those. And I always go above and beyond, with those, try to go as far as I can to answer the questions and, even go a little bit of additional information and stuff to entertain, because I really do appreciate people who contribute to my Patreon. All right. In my opinion, the best perk level for Patreon is $5. If you pledge $5 to my Patreon, you get to nominate and vote on things for special events. Like I said, right now, people are nominating and eventually going to be voting on games for the Rageathon. Okay. If we hit the subs goal for this month, people will be nominating and voting on their favorite things that I've done in the last 10 years for a special retrospective stream event where I'll go back and react to that stuff, okay? So please, consider checking out and pledging to my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidefil. Real talk, this month, it was the pledgees from June, those who pledged to my Patreon in June, that actually allowed me to afford bills, because I was really tight financially this month, and it was their extra support that I got in June that really helped me out. So please give it a look. Number 2, there is my Teespring merchandise shop, which if you're watching the pre-stream, you've probably seen 100 ads for it already. I sell things like t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, amongst many other things. Give it a look at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. I love the merch over there. In fact, I own a bunch of it and I wear it on streams. The mug I use every single day on stream. It's great quality stuff that I can attest to the quality because I've had it for over a year and it has not worn out. It's good stuff, okay? Anything you buy from my Teespring store gives me a commission. Helps me out and you get a cool collectible. So please give it a look. All right, and then obviously if you're here live on the stream, last but certainly not least, you can try to get a shout out. Maybe you like the stuff that's going on. Maybe you want to comment on something you saw on the stream. Maybe you got a question to ask me. Maybe you just want to say hello, right? Anything. You would like a verbal shout out on the stream. You can either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or you can tip me, and if you do those things, I will give you a verbal shout-out for your contributions, okay? But only criteria I ask is to please keep it positive. Please, no negativity, no insults, no drama. Don't come in stirring things negatively and saying negative stuff and being a jerk or insulting myself or others. Don't bring up, oh, someone's stealing your content, someone's rebroadcasting you, someone talks shit about you. No one cares about that. We are here to have fun and to have an interesting gameplay stream. You know, and we want to all be feeling, you know, safe and like it's a hangout, right? Like we're all hanging out and just chilling, playing some games together. That's what this is all about. So please don't bring the negativity or drama. And also I would ask, please don't stir things towards politics or religion, only because those topics tend to get heated. And we'd rather have a fun stream than a stream full of disagreements, right? So please, let's not bring that stuff up, all right? Okay, now, maybe you'd like to go a step further. And maybe what you'd like to do is get visual recognition for your contributions today. You could do that as well if you either cheer 50 bits or more in a single cheer, or if you subscribe to my channel and then click on the share button that appears after you subscribe, or if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip. You will get an on-screen animation that will play that thanks you for your contributions, okay? So visual and verbal recognition for your contributions if you do them at those levels. Pretty awesome, right? As you guys can see at the top of your screen, we've got the stream stats leaderboard. And I'll be updating this periodically during the course of today's stream. All right, for those who are the top cheerers and top tippers. So if you are the current top cheerer or top tipper, your name will be up there for recognition-wise. So not only on the stream, but keep in mind this is being recorded for YouTube as well. So in the YouTube videos, you'll also forever be emblazoned as the top contributor for the day. And of course, subs. You know, subs we're working on right now. I'm going to update that after I do shout-outs. But let's talk subs, guys. All right, if you subscribe to my channel, you get many benefits. First of all, you get access to all of my emotes. Some really awesome ones, including Street Fighter related ones, as well as, you know, some other really fun ones that people tend to use not only in this stream chat, but on other stream chats as well. In addition, you don't have to watch advertisements if and when I run them. I typically run them twice a stream, and I'm the first person to agree with you that ads are annoying. I hate them too. So subscribing to the channel, you don't have to watch those ads. And you get a cool little chat crown to show how long you've been a supporter. Okay? So pretty awesome stuff. Please consider subscribing. Right now we have a subscriber goal of 450 subs. If we hit that during any point in the rest of the month, I'm going to be doing a special 10 Years of Rage anniversary event. This event is going to be a special event where people will nominate and vote on their favorite moments of the 10 years I've been a content creator. And then on a stream in this fall, when it's actually my anniversary in September, if you didn't know that, I'll be doing a special stream where I watch back these moments that people nominated and react to them, okay? Sometimes it'll be like chunks of playthroughs. I'm sure sometimes it'll be vlogs. It's going to be a fun event. And I hope that we can hit it. So please consider subscribing. 450 subs to qualify for that event. Okay, guys? All right. Now, one final thing. I do want to mention how can you tip, because I mentioned tipping, and you might wonder, well, what is that? If you look below my stream, you should see a button that says Tips Jar or Tip Jar. If you click on that, it'll take you to my PayPal tips page, where you can either do, excuse me, you can either do an anonymous tip or a tip with your name and a message, okay? And that's one way you can contribute. Or if you don't see the Tip Jar button, instead you could just type in !tip into the stream chat, and a link will appear that you can click on and take you to the tips page that way. It's a completely alternate way if you don't want to, you know, contribute via cheers or subbing, that you can still contribute to the streams. Okay? Very nice. Okay. All right, guys, it's time for shout-outs. It's time for us to give credit where credit is due to those who contributed to the stream. All right. So first off, what I would like to do is give thanks to those who contributed overnight. And what I mean by that is to people who either cheered, subbed, or tipped when I was not even broadcasting. It's pretty awesome that some people keep me in mind when I'm not even here. And so I want to give credit where credit is due. We start off with Mario's the Master, who subscribed to the channel overnight with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, Mario's the Master. And you know what? I guess this is a good time to bring this up. That Twitch Prime, if you are part of Twitch Prime or part of Amazon Prime, you may not be aware of this, you get Twitch Prime for free. It basically means you get one free subscription to Twitch every single month, okay? And you have to manually renew those subscriptions. I know that a lot of people do subscribe to me with Twitch Prime, but maybe don't realize you have to go back and manually resub every month. So just throwing that out there. If you have Amazon Prime, you already have Twitch Prime, you have a free sub to someone on Twitch. And if you decide to give me your sub, you do have to manually resub every month. Just throwing that out there for those who might have forgotten. Okay? Also, shout out to Infinite55, who did a 1,000-bit cheer overnight. Thank you very much, Infinite55, for the 1,000-bit cheer and the ongoing amount of support. You are a very supportive person to my content, and I really, really appreciate that. Okay? Okay. Also, shout out to Bean Reaper, who did a 50-bit cheer overnight. So, very nice. And thank you very much for your contributions overnight. All right, now let's moving on to people who cheered, subbed, or tipped during today's stream. We actually start off with the Lord Lamb V3, who did a 100-bit cheer. And he is the cheerleader currently, so I'm going to go ahead and put him up on the leaderboard. Hold on. Very nice. Okay, the Lord Lamb V3. There we go. All right, and the Lord Lamb says the following. He says, I love the Q&A session. I would recommend it to anyone contemplating on pledging $50. So if you don't know what the heck he's talking about, Lord Lamb pledged to my Patreon in June at the highest perk level, which is $50, which earned him a private Q&A video. And last night, I shot his video and sent it to him, and apparently he really liked it. So that's awesome. Good to hear that, Lord Lamb. Thank you very much for letting me know that you liked the video. And what he's basically saying is, you know, he recommends that perk, that perk level to anyone who's looking to pledge to Patreon, that he loves it. So there you go. You know, I don't think I've ever, in the history that I've done Patreon, which is over 3 years now, I have never, ever received a complaint about the private Q&A videos that I've created. Everyone has loved them. So it's really a cool way if you have a burning question for me or you want some kind of elaboration on something and you just want to have basically kind of a private conversation with me about it, right? You can do so by doing that top perk level on Patreon. So please check it out. All right, patreon.com/darksidephil. And thank you, Lord Lamb, for letting me know that you really enjoyed the video. All right, Obi-Wan Kenobi just cheered 50 bits and says Silent Hill hype. Very nice. Yes, I am hyped for Silent Hill tomorrow. Again, I only played the game once ever in 2012. And it was funny because when I was going to order the game last week, I couldn't remember if I had played it on Xbox 360 or PS3. So I went back to my actual playthrough of it from 2012, and I started watching the earlier parts to see if it was any indication of what I was playing it on. And I couldn't find one. Like, I already started recording when the game had booted, but then I went to the end of the game and I saw that the achievement popped when I beat the game. But I watched, like, basically skimmed through like the first 3-4 parts. I didn't remember any of it. Like, I seriously couldn't remember any of the game at all. I was like, damn, this is like, I really feel like I didn't even play this. You know, things were very different 6 years ago, guys. They were. Things were very, very different. I mean, in 2012, it was only the second year that I was starting doing this for a living. And keep in mind, there were no live streams. It was direct. It wasn't even direct capture. It was a camera pointed at the TV, right? It was a very, very, very different thing from what I do today. And, you know, a lot of the things that I did back then, it's hard for me to even remember now that I played them or how I played them or, you know, it's just such a different experience, you know, being here live on stream every day than how it used to be when I played games. So it'll be a very interesting experience starting tomorrow to see, just to see how things go with this second run through of the game, right? So I'm excited for tomorrow. I hope you guys are excited too. Silent Hill hype indeed. Okay. Third Eye the Third has cheered. Hold on a second here because, come on. Okay, there we go. Third Eye the Third cheered, and he says, well said, Phil. On the topic of gambling, I want to remind everyone how bad gambling is. Never pay for something that isn't guaranteed. Think. Yeah, and by the way, gambling is illegal. I just want to bring this up. Gambling, like for example, oh, I want to do a money match against someone in a fighting game. That's illegal. Gambling, unless you adhere to certain laws and restrictions, is actually against the law. And in fighting games, we used to never care about that. So we would go to tournaments and do money match challenges and throw down money to play against other people, our rivals and stuff. And all of it was illegal, but the bottom line is it wasn't like big money, big business or anything. So it wasn't that big of a deal. You see what I mean? But in regards to gambling in general, yeah, it's, gambling, the way I look at gambling is if you're going to gamble, it has to be money that you're ready to throw away. Like, any time in my life when I was much younger that I went to a casino, any money that I spent gambling was money that I basically assumed I was going to lose during that day, I'm going to go to a casino with $100, I'm losing $100. I'm not going to walk out of there with any more money, and I have no plans to, because the chances are you're going to lose all your money. You know what I mean? And, what you're really doing is playing for the thrill of a chance to actually make more money. But in reality, you're not going to. At least 99.99999% of people who gamble don't win. So, yeah, and that's the thing, is, gambling can be a slippery slope that leads to addiction and leads to financial ruin, and it's not good. It is not good. So, you got to be careful with that stuff. And Third Eye the Third, calling attention to that. Good on you, sir. So thank you for the cheer, and thank you for the message. Hands Celebratory did a 25-bit cheer, said real talk. All right, I don't know what that's in reference to, but thank you for the cheer, Hands Celebratory. Kyson did a 500-bit cheer and said, nice persona. All right, well, first of all, Kyson, you are the top cheerer for the day, so let's get you up on the leaderboard, okay? Here we go. Very good. You're up there for 500, and now let's get your name up there. Okay. Kyson. There we go. So thank you very much for the cheer. In regards to my persona, I don't know if you're referencing the pre-stream art here or whatever. but yeah. Listen, I've been really enjoying Persona 5 since I came back to it, over a week ago. I am so happy that I came back to this game. It's such a great game. It really is. It's entertaining. The plot is great. The graphics are good. The combat in the dungeons as well as Mementos is great. The fact that you micromanage your time to do your best with social links and stats and everything. It's so much fun. There's so much to do in the game. It's just crazy the amount of content in the game. And you know what? It's not for everyone. There's some people out there who are only into the action-based RPGs, right? That's certainly not me. Okay? That's certainly not me. I'm a person who prefers traditional JRPGs as much as action-based RPGs. And so for me, Persona 5 has been a really, really fun experience. And I was so angry and upset last year when I got that fucking horseshit copyright strike from Atlas. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Luckily, a year has passed. Things are better. Atlas is not striking anyone for this playthrough anymore. And I can play it in its entirety, which is excellent. So, should be good. I'm very excited to finish up Persona 5 this summer right here. Okay. Timbo Slice cheer 25 bits. He says, Phil, get pumped. Twitch Prime Day starts in less than an hour. Well, for those of you who don't know what Twitch Prime Day is, it's the same as Amazon Prime Day. Amazon Prime Day is a day when you can shop, okay, really good deals. Think of it like Black Friday in the middle of the summer, but it's only for people who have Amazon Prime. So if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, there's one day a year insane deals that they do on Amazon. Sadly, I have no money. If I was in a situation where, I had money, this might be a great opportunity for me to get a good deal on something, but I just don't have any money. So for me, it's kind of like, for you, Amazon Prime Day was the day when you got amazing deals and, really saved money and had a lot of value for your buck. And for me, it was Tuesday, although today actually technically is Monday. Because for me, it's just a normal day. But as for Twitch Prime Day, I think it's kind of the same thing, where there's going to be like giveaways and stuff on Twitch with there's going to be free games, and I don't actually know the deal when it comes to anything like purchases, if there's discounts through Twitch or anything. But yeah, today is also Twitch Prime Day, so there you go. Okay. All right, shout out to Kyson, who did another 100-bit cheer and said, Persona 5 is way better than Persona 4. Yeah, I definitely agree. I have to. Even though I'll say this, the plot of Persona 4 is great. It's a great murder mystery plot. I really did like the plot of Persona 4. I definitely think Persona 5 is a better game. More characters, better graphics, a more refined combat engine, way better social links, as well as Persona Fusion system. Like, it's very straightforward, even though it's complicated with the amount of stuff in the game. If you pay attention, you can easily understand all the systems. You know what I mean? Like in Persona 4, I mean, straight up, I was confused about a lot of the stuff in the game until people helped me out and explained stuff to me. In this game, a lot of it makes sense, you know? I definitely like Persona 5 the most of any Persona game I've played, even though I've only played 3 of them. I really love it. So, I agree with you there. I think it was a huge... I mean, just look at the dungeon design. How the dungeons are varied and have various different puzzles and action-based segments versus just running through repetitive hallways like it always was in Persona before now. I mean, what a major improvement. They did a great job with this game. Okay. Shout out to Cineon. Cineon did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Phil, do you still have time for anime? If so, check out Overlord. One of the best trapped in a video game shows produced since .hack, /sign. I think you say .hack sign. I don't watch a lot of anime, admittedly. I've watched some of it since I got Netflix last year. I've watched a little bit of anime. I have not watched too much. In fact, like, I know that Attack on Titan now has a whole new season out and everything, and I haven't seen it yet. If Overlord's available, say on, like, you know, Netflix or Amazon Video, I would check it out. But a lot of people are like, Phil, did you watch Dragon Ball Super yet? Well, no, it's not available on any of the common streaming services, and I'm not going to pay extra to get an anime-exclusive streaming service. I'm not that huge of a fan of anime. You know what I mean? That I'm going to be watching it every day, and it's worth another subscription. So, thank you for the suggestion. If there's an easy way to access it, sounds like something I would check out, but it doesn't seem like, you know, at least when it comes to these new animes and stuff, sadly, it doesn't seem like there are easy ways to access any of this stuff without paying more money or trying to steal stuff online illegally, which I'm not going to do. So, alrighty then. Okay, so, what I want to do, I get the feeling, by the way, our subs went down, because we have not, as you guys have noticed, we haven't had any new subs. So I guarantee the sub count went down. And indeed it did. We're down to 412. So let's go ahead and update the sub count to 412. Well, it's fine. We're still not, you know, plummeting or anything. We're still very much in range of being able to hit the sub goal. Thank you to Kaisen for that top tier of 500 bits. And no one tipped yet. Whoever tips today will be the top tipper and make it up there on the leaderboard. Also, I want to call attention, guys, to the fact, if you have not noticed, the top tiers leaderboard has reset. Yes, it has reset. So, for those of you who, you know, like to get up on that top tiers leaderboard, and I know this last week it was tough because we had those weird accounts that came in overnight one night and did weird cheers. And, you know, it was like, basically they held like the top 8 spots on the leaderboard. This week it's reset, right? So, very easy. If you want to make it to the top tiers leaderboard right now, it's incredibly easy, okay? Let's give credit where credit is due. Let's give a shout out to those who have already cheered and contributed this week. All right. In 8th place. Actually, let me take that back. In a triple tie for 9th, we've got Timbo Slice, Hands, Celebratory, and Third Eye the Third, all tied for 9th place. Okay. In 6th place, a triple tie for 6th place between Cineon, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Bean Reaper. In 3rd place, we've got Lord Lamb. In 2nd place, we've got Kaisen. And in 1st place, we've got Infinite 55. So there you go. Thank you guys very much for your contributions. I do appreciate it. Again, reminder, guys, you'll get a shout out on today's stream if you cheer, sub, or tip. And thank you for all of your support so far. It is much appreciated. All right, guys. So it looks like we're ending the pre-stream in relatively quick manner. We're not even at 45 minutes. And the pre-stream is going to end, huh? Well, that's different for a change. All right, let's wrap up the pre-stream, and let's jump into Persona 5. Let's get back to it. If you remember, there's one day left before we have to leave the calling card. So I have one final day to make a couple decisions on what I want to do with social links and the like, and then we're going to be heavily into story, probably for the entirety of the stream from what people have explained to me. So I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are okay with that too, all right? Thank you guys very much. Let's end it and let's get started with gameplay here on the stream with Persona 5. Here we go.